But as you know, Statamic 4, it's not released now, currently, but it's in the beta. So, like the last version was released, I think now 3 days ago. Why is it taking so long to load this? And as you can see here on the Discord channel, Statamic is pretty hard working on it. So 3 days ago, beta version 4 was coming out. So a few days before that, version 3. So they're preparing now for the release. So maybe this week, maybe next week, sometime Statamic 4 will be released. It's pretty cool. I'm waiting for that. And if you don't know it, they have like a pretty new release schedule. So before we go to all the new features that Statamic got, maybe I'm going to explain the release schedule if you did not work with Statamic before. They changed it, so it will be like Laravel. So once a year, Laravel is doing a major release, like on February, I think. They start to do a major release, so Laravel 10 got released in the beginning of this year, and Laravel 11 will be released the next year, and Statamic is doing the same cycle as well. So as you can see, Statamic version 4 is released, yeah, it was planned for March, so maybe a bit late, but like the next version will be accountable to the next Laravel version. So they will keep up with when the Laravel version is coming. A few months later, the Statamic version will also bump for a new major release. And they're going to do the same thing that like Laravel is doing, like all the minor patches or releases they're doing. Also going to ship like new feature stuff like that. And that's going to be like Laravel is doing currently. Like you don't have to wait for a major release to get new features. It's all in the minor releases already included. So they're going to stick with it. So everything feels fresh. So we can always use the latest stuff with Laravel 10 and we don't have to wait a long time till they do it. They try to keep it up and I hope, and they're doing a good job for it.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, sure. That's it.
Aren't they supporting PHP 8.2?
With
Or like, it's just like on the paper.
Yeah,
I tested it on 8.2 as well, but it's not officially, I guess.
Yeah,
that's outdated. That's like a blog post.
Yeah, it's a quite old blog post currently. This was written like in January. Yeah, yeah, but like the new PHP versions are normally all supported. So if you look inside the Laravel notes here, the releases, as you can see here, Laravel 10 supports 8.1 to 8.2, and Statamic tries to keep up with that. Like the blog post before, there's outdated information. So and Laravel 11. So if you upgrade to Statamic 5, will only support PHP 8.2. Then furthermore, it will always keep up with the Laravel versions with the constraints of Laravel. So okay, but it's a good question. But thank you. Okay, and so soon Statamic 4 will be released. These are like the major things that come, and you can imagine like the Statamic releases are now more like a maintenance release. It's not about now shiny new features. It's more about let's keep up with Laravel, let's upgrade everything. So as you can see, the control panel got upgraded, Statamic got upgraded to support Laravel 10, and they're using like Tailwind 3. But you have to keep in mind that the backend, the control panel stuff is still using Vue 2. They did not upgrade to Vue 3 because it would be too much time consuming for them because there are, I think, only a few people working there. And with Vue 2 is still everything working. But don't worry, like the front end, everything you do, you can still choose your own stack like Alpine, you can use Vue 3, but just for the control panel, so for the backend part, it's still on Vue 2. So if you're doing some like custom components, stuff like that, you still have to work with Vue 2. So that you have to keep in mind that. But the good part is, if you're upgrading to the new Statamic version, no of your custom components will break. So that's actually good news. So you don't have to do extra work or stuff like that. Yeah. Let me get my notes out. Okay. I have here prepared Statamic 3 and the Statamic 4 page. So let's go here. As you can see, this is now the Statamic 3. You can recognize it here with the V3. And I have the same page with V4 here. And actually, if you scroll between them, you don't see any big difference. It's like the same thing. But there are some nice additions to the blueprint that were made. Like if you go inside the blueprint, we have here now the page collection. And we will see like this is like what we are used in version 3. And if you go here inside to the blueprint and look inside the page, you will see it's a bit more tidy. They're gonna use the space much better. Like as you can see, the title is on the left, the input field is on the right. As you can see here on the old, everything was like from top to down, so they used much more space. And now, as you can see, we have even grouped here in tabs, like the main, CEO, sidebar. If you go back to version 3, you will see that everything is like their own sections, like on this page. But Statamic 3 made it a bit more tidy. I think it's like the right word for it. And if you have like a field, let's say, don't know, let's go with a Bard field. The nice part is you can just drag and drop between the fields here as you would normally do. So everything is working with drag and drop, and it's pretty cool. So you can just move it around as you did before, like as you did here in Statamic 3, where you could just move everything around here, stuff like that. And it's still working, even if they use tabs. It's a pretty cool feature that I have no clue how they did that actually, but it's working very good. I tested it. Yeah. And one more thing that I really love, it's like if you go like inside field, like a text field here, like the title, you scroll all the way down, you're doing something like that, like Statamic is awesome. Then you have to go up again, and then click on finish, stuff like that. But with the new version, so let's switch to V4, we have the title here. We can go down, add here Statamic is awesome, and you will see that the buttons are sticky on the top. It's like, yeah, it's not that much, but I actually like this UI change. It's pretty cool because it's always on the top, and you know where you actually are, and just can click on. You don't have to scroll a bit. So it's for the UI. It's like the tiny UI improvements from Statamic. It's not like the biggest release ever. It's like they're gonna try to make it always a bit nicer, a bit cleaner, a bit more friendly for people to use. And what I like is when you, like in the collection, so let's jump into the collection here on the pages, like on the home here. You will know the old way to collapse or expand everything. Just like here text, but when you go like here on V4, we will have here now our new buttons. And the cool part is we can here collapse it up and down. But the really cool part is that you can use the full screen mode like on a big section. So when you have an article, there's a lot of text and many components, stuff like that. So you can use the whole screen for it. So when you click it, you will see the whole browser is taking space, and now you can just edit everything here right on it. When you go back, like on version 3, you have no option for that. There's actually not possible to do that. You can only go like inside the Bard field, make it full screen, and that's like everything you got. But with Statamic 3, you can actually do a full screen on your whole page, and that's pretty cool. Okay, and you see some nice buttons in the Bard field change as well. So it's like tiny improvements, many tiny improvements. But one thing that I actually like is, like if you got the replicator or sets, if you got here a new set, you can click it and it's, now in this example, it's pretty obvious. You just have 3 sets. Or if you go here inside, go and you have 5 sets. It's pretty easy to work with it. But sometimes you have like a component with like 20 or 30 sets, and then it's like impossible to find it like here, where is that? And with Statamic 4, they have a solution for that. And you have a search field here. You can just put article or look for form, and it's got a bit bigger, so you can click it more nicely on it. So if you look here inside, you will see everything is here, and then you can just search for it, and it will make working with Statamic much more nicer for the user, for the experience.
You can also group them.
It's possible, yeah.
You can group them, and then you have like, for instance, text components, and in text components you have like 10 different text components.
Nice. So you can have different components for the text.
Otherwise, that way it would just take up more space than before.
Mm-hmm. That would be nice. So if you got like a large or medium button or something like that, then you have like a group for buttons, and then every button is inside that. That's cool. I like it. Did not know that. That's cool. Okay. And I have to say that's like all the nice features Statamic 4 actually got to offer. I actually wanted to show you more stuff, but it's like a maintenance release. So one thing that I also can show you is like maybe if you work with the time field. It's kind of crazy how this time field works. So let me show you, demonstrate it currently. If you click here, okay, the whole section is selected. What's happening? If you click inside here, okay, now it's working. Now I want to do like 10 past 10. Okay, let's write 10 past 10. So I'm gonna 10 and write 10 again. Okay, it's 59. Okay, I'm delete. 5. Okay. Okay, I have no clue what's actually happening here. So it's a bit cumbersome to work with the time field. So let's look in the new time field. When you press here, we can just write 10, 10, and then 10 past 10. So it's like the tiny improvements that they did for the field, but it makes working with it actually nicer, because before this field was pretty useless to work with, so or hard to work with it. But even new stuff coming. So one thing is that we have like the new field types. One is the icon field type, so you can just select icons here. So I have like something like here that you can select maybe Vimeo, then it will show like a Vimeo field, like with the ID here, or the YouTube field. I did not open PHP Storm. Let me open it. So you can easily now put like SVGs or stuff like inside the folder. Let's see what's happening here in PHP Storm. And I've got like here an SVG folder, and let's copy like the breakpoint here inside the Vimeo and YouTube field. And if you just added the new icon there, you also see it's now right here in your new interface, and that's pretty cool. So you can just put any icons you want. And the nice part is you have to just register to the path where it's located, and then everything is working for you. So you can just dump all your icons inside, and then your customer can choose, I want this, stuff like that. And that's pretty cool. And you don't have to manually program something like this with a select field or stuff like that. No, that's already baked in.
The location is configured.
Yeah, so if you look inside the blueprint, we will see here the icon field. And if you go inside the icon field, there's actually different things you can do. You can just go for a directory, like I did now, like here in resources, icons. So if you go here inside, you will see that's here, the resources, icons. Now there's 3 icons inside. But you can do whatever you want, so you can just modify it however you like it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So if I look like here in the other one, that's looking like to resources SVG. And yeah, you can just customize the location as you like. Okay. And one more new field type. I'm not sure when I'm going to use it, but it's kind of funny. You can just adjust now the width of and just take it like this. Well, if you work with Statamic, you know that about here, that you can change like the width of a field. And now you have a custom field type for it as well, so that's pretty cool. Okay.
Can you change the steps of the field?
Yeah, so if you... Yeah, actually you can change the steps.
Kind of useful.
Yeah, so it's fully customizable, so if you go like in the width field, you still have to put everything like inside. Yeah, if you go like here 150 and like 900 or something like that. And let's save that. Let's look inside, and this should be working as well. Yeah, as you see. And yeah, you can customize as you like. But the default values are like the same, like in Statamic, and the width field. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a hot feature. Yeah, I know. Okay, let me show you the last thing. It's not Statamic version 4 related, but because the one and only Tom is here, he did like the best PR ever to Statamic here, the man. But first, let me. Yeah, good things will take time. Yeah. But let me show you first the problem, what's actually happening here. So when we go into a page and do like the live preview, so collapse this up, and we are here like here on get climbing, and we want to write something behind it, like Tom is cool. And you will see actually Tom is cool, but the whole page is reloading. So if you type something, you will see the page is getting wide, the whole page is reloading. And Tom did a nice addition that he can actually do some hot module reloading inside it. Instead that the iframe is always refreshing the whole page, he can only send with messages, post messages, only parts of the field that change. So let me show you that. First you need to go to the page collection. Well, you have to go to the collection, you want to activate this and say, I want to reset the refresh, so the whole page won't be refreshed. And then afterwards you go to your, no, that's not this one, that's this one. Afterwards you go to your layout. Okay. I already included here the live preview. So if the live preview is on, we have like an event message, event listener. You don't have to understand what's actually happening here. Just go to the blog post here. I will post it in the description, and it will tell you everything you got to do. If you're using Alpine, you just have to put this code snippet inside. If you're using Livewire, you have to put that inside. And the nice part is, if you did that, you can go now to the live preview again. So let me show you live preview. Open that and write something here. Thank you, Tom, for your great PR. You are the best. And so that's pretty cool. And it's nice that Tom is today here. If you are interested how he actually did that, you can ask him later. So that's a pretty cool feature that he implemented, the PR. So yeah.
Not related to your PR, but that plus icon right in front of your cursor.
Yeah.
Or why is that on?
Yeah, it's still a bug. Okay. So yeah, it's already on Discord. Okay. Yeah, but I think it will be fixed with the next version. So there's still it's still a beta. So it's like I'm not sure which version I'm currently on. I think I'm here updates. I'm in beta 4 or something like that. Yeah, beta 4. Maybe in a few days a new version is coming. So, and let's hope then it will be fixed till then. Marco, you got the question.
Why are the updates still there?
Updates. Yeah, I had the same questions because here they said they wanted to remove the ability to upgrade from the CP, but they removed it because I think it made some problems or something like that. I'm not sure, but they removed the ability currently. Maybe they're gonna add it to the next version or something. Do you know something why they?
As far as I know, you just cannot upgrade, but you can see what version you have, and you can check the changelog.
Okay.
If you go back and click on Statamic on the left, you see the entire changelog and what versions are upcoming.
But yeah, okay.
Okay, well, I guess the buttons are still here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it was removed, but yeah, I think if it got good reason, so maybe it broke something or something like that. But I think it's not like a big deal now because yeah, they do. Jack and Jason is doing their best to get everything up and running, so we can use Laravel 10 with the new release. Yeah, and yeah, that's everything I got for you today. It was a short talk, but I wanted to show you like the new features like Statamic got to offer, like on version 4. And what you have to, the key takeaway is that it will keep up with the Laravel cycle, so with the Laravel release. So you don't have to worry, hey, when do I need to upgrade? Yeah, normally you can a few months later, maybe 1 or 2 months later, you can upgrade to the latest Laravel version as well. So that's pretty cool. So, okay, thank you for your time.